What is up, everybody? It is me above the zero, and today with me is,
Dre High, man.
and this week, we're going to be talking about two articles. I'm going to talk about the Battlefly hack. I'm actually going to be referencing an article from the Daily Dot wrote by Patrick Hell O'Neill, and this guy over here, he's going to be talking about ESPN getting their new esports section going up on their website, and we're going to be referencing an article by Jacob Bryan.
So, it's coming in hot today. Tell me exactly what is Battlefly. I have kind of an idea, but for anybody who doesn't, I think we should let them know.
Alright, well, Battlefly is actually a site where gaming communities or tournament organizers can actually host their tournaments on there, and it makes it a lot more manageable for them.
Okay, and what happened with them and this whole hack thing?
Well, apparently last week somebody managed to breach their security, and they actually revealed over 90,000 accounts information.
Wow. So, how does someone manage to break through an established site's security to make publicly available almost 90,000 usernames?
Well, according to the CEO, a comment that he actually made on Twitter, it was a test of the old version of their database that they actually cracked into, and they just revealed the information from there.
Okay, so it sounds to me like this, like GameFly, or not GameFly, sorry, Battlefly, they were not very careful in securing their system, and it seems to me like over the last few years, this has been happening more and more, where companies aren't too careful about their security, and each time it hits closer and closer to home. In fact, I remember not too long ago, I had to change my League of Legends password because some shit happened with them and their servers, and people getting information that they shouldn't have had.
Well, you have to remember, even with like viruses, the people that are creating the counterpart to it, they're always a step behind because they don't know what it actually is until it hits. So
yeah, I that's true, but I think these companies have the money, especially one like Battlefly that's been getting a lot of attention. I think close to $1.3 million or $13 million or something. The article said
that, and their user base has grown over 750% in the last year.
So they're definitely getting the income where they can take steps to avoid this from happening, prevent this. That's what I'm trying to say. So now, coming in with something a little bit less argumentative and a bit more proactive, I guess would be the word. Not really. ESPN has taken steps to make things great.
Alright, so since you're the expert on this topic, go ahead and tell us what's up.
Well, just sit back and listen, young Padawan, and I'll explain everything to you. This is actually some breaking news. Kind of. I mean, it's been in progress for a while, but today's the actual release date, like it's some big anticipated game. But today, which is Thursday, the day that we're recording this, ESPN launched their new page on their website, which is an Esports vertical, which is a feed of all of their recent articles written by their writers, because who else is going to write about their articles, regarding esports, and not just League of Legends, not just Dota, but like all of esports are there. They have shit about Faker, they have shit about whatever. This is pretty big because this is putting esports on the same level as like the NBA or the NFL for them. It's maybe not individual esports, but esports as a whole, which is a huge step.
Well, you have to remember, in the beginning, they didn't want, mainstream media didn't want anything to do with esports, but now that they see that it's, we have the ad space because we don't watch TV, we watch esports. Yeah. So everybody is trying to get into this with CNN or anything else. So ESPN is actually the first one to take this step, and hopefully they do it right.
Yeah, it really is a huge step in the right direction. It really seems like they're finally starting to take esports as seriously as we and all 14 of our viewers do. It's kind of crazy to imagine that not even a year ago, the ESPN higher-ups would have been quoted saying horrible things about esports, like it'll never go anywhere, it's not worth anybody's time, and now look at this.
Well, I mean, that's kind of not true because they were trying to get into the tournament scene and hosting it on TV. But the esports people kind of had like a sour taste in their mouth because we've been shat on our whole lives by them. But, I mean, uh, what could be causing a change in the attitude like this?
Even though I know we kind of hate to admit it, I honestly think that the LCS and like the World Championship for League is the main contributor to the advancement of esports. Even though we shit on them a lot and we said the production value for Worlds wasn't really that great in our opinion, it seems like Riot Games and their game is creating the most exposure esports has ever had. And it's really piquing the interest of a lot of these sports organizations that want to just ram their cash right into it. Innuendo.
So, John does not speak for both of us, and I do not believe it is Riot Games. I believe it is esports as a whole, and the fact that even CSGO is getting on TV now, they are going to have their own league for 20 weeks of programming. It is not just League of Legends, it is also CSGO, it is also StarCraft, it is also Heart of the Swarm, I mean, Heroes of this Storm, and there's Hearthstone. There, like I said, we are a viewership that they cannot hit on TV because most people that watch TV are 35 to 60, and the products that they're trying to aim for are actually, well, our viewership is like 12 to like 25 males. So I disagree with you on LCS because I feel like it's more of esports as a whole than just Riot Games.
Well, I don't think you can really argue that the LCS is the most watched esports program.
There's actually more viewership going on in other games.
Combined, maybe, not alone. You cannot compare anything to right now with the LCS.
Honest, right now, the growth in CSGO.
We're not talking about growth.
If it continues,
we're not talking about.
Well, it's about the same amount of numbers, and I believe that I would much rather have an open circuit than a regionally locked based system.
I'm not trying to
speculate.
speculate. I'm not trying to speculate. I'm looking at what the facts are, and based on any research that I say that I've done that I might not have actually done. It looks to me like the LCS.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. League of Legends still has the most amount of viewership.
And my point wasn't that
right now.
My point wasn't that they're the only reason esports are getting bigger. My point was that they're the biggest reason esports are getting bigger. CS:GO is a huge contributor too, but I don't think any contribution from any other source pales in comparison to how popular League of Legends is.
I mean, I feel like you're very underwhelming the amount of influence that CSGO has, in my opinion.
That's fair enough. But I guess we'll let you guys, all 14 of you, continue this discussion in the comments. Also, be sure to share any feedback you have with us. Just a reminder, all of the specific information that we got and any quotes that we may have used today come directly from 2 articles. The Battlefly hack information comes from the Daily Dot article by Patrick Howell O'Neill, and the ESPN vertical information comes from a Variety interview done by Jacob Bryant. We'll make sure to leave those links in the description for you too. We actually will though. Like, I'll actually send them to John. He won't just have some shit about me not sending it to him in the description, I promise. But I guess that's it for this week. Thanks for enjoying our episode if you enjoyed it. Thanks for hating it if you hated it. Be sure to let us know which way or the other, and we'll catch you guys next time.
See ya.
So beautiful.
Rainbow Road.